Hello super parents. Career is a very important topic. So today we have with us Praveen Parameswar to talk about this particular topic which is of high importance. So sir, I wanted to understand how exactly a person chooses the right career, whatever suits him best.
Prerna, career is a very, very important decision in life. So normally I say that there are two very important decisions in life. One is career, another is marriage. Because these two decisions have heavy impact on the happiness we have in our life. So career is a very important decision. So when a person decides on career, because we are talking to parents and through them children. So parents, when you help your children to fix their career or plan their career, so you have to take care of 3 P's, very important. And the first P is passion. And what is passion? Passion is a strong, deep connect we have with something. So the first P is passion. Second P is personality, which includes aptitude, strength, weakness, intelligence, orientation, and all personality. And the third P is possibilities or opportunities. It is very good if the child can choose a career which is in connection with all the 3 P, the triangle. Right. Passion, possibility, and personality, which is very important. So if a child can get into a career with all these 3 in line, so it's kind of blessed. So what we have to do is we have to help our children to ensure that they are choosing the career which is connected with or which is in line with all these 3. So we have to consider passion, personality, and possibility while taking decision regarding career.
So according to you, which P is standing like much importance?
So that is a very important question, because in a populist point of view, passion is very important. In an academic point of view, personality is very important. But some other people say that we have to go behind the trends and possibility is very important. But Lifology wish to say to parents that it totally depends on the context. Why? Because if after education, say imagine a scenario whereas the child needs to get into a job as quickly as possible and start earning to feed himself or herself and the family. Then if you talk more about passion or if you talk more about personality alignment, so we may have to wait for some more time. So at that point of time, it would be very important to understand about the possibilities and choose a career option which has more opportunities in place in that scenario. But if the scenario is slightly different, whereas they can explore, so they have the room for exploration and they can go forward for a couple of years also to explore and to study more or to get them trained better. So then they can take liberty to explore passion, not a problem at all. So it totally depends on scenario, So again, if you're confused, that means you're not so hooked up with a profession, you want to explore more, you're a bit confused and you want to understand yourself better, then you have to explore your personality and try to map a career which is suitable to your personality. So this is how in fact Lifology would like to see or would like to approach this. That means, so no P is more important than other P. All the 3 P's are important. So one P would get more importance, totally depends on the scenario. Yes. That's how we want to talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, great. So coming to the right age, is there a right age to start with the career planning in a child?
Yeah, if you ask me the right age, I would say it is great if you can start from early teenage, kind of 12, 13. So why? Because reaching a career is not an easy task, especially reaching a career which you want to reach. That means a career which is in line with all the 3 P's like passion, possibility, and personality, or even if you give importance to 1 P which is passion, or another P which is personality, so it is not easy to reach. It demands step-by-step planning. So it includes so number 1, you have to fix the larger destination of career first. Then you have to fix which stream to choose after 10+2, and for that you have to prepare even in your 8, 9, 10 grade to get into the good school. So you have to fix your marks first. You have to get into the right school. Then you have to plan for the course. So for planning for the course, competitive examinations may be there. So during competitive examination, you need to have a strong base on the topics, which you need to gain even early. And if you want to get into elite universities, they would be checking your profile deeper, and profile includes co-curricular activities as well, and these co-curricular activities cannot be added to a profile in a fine morning, so you have to start a bit early. So to plan a career perfect, so it's good if you can start planning from 7th or 8th grade onwards. See, as a part of Lifology's research, we traveled across India and tried to see how the world is approaching career planning, and what we could see is, in many parts of the world, so people start planning for career very early. And see, planning for career is not boring. Planning for career doesn't mean that you are just confined with academics always. Planning for career also include your preparation for sports or arts or your language development, your soft skill development, all is included. Because planning for career is not just planning to get admission somewhere. It's a holistic, comprehensive planning of developing yourself to a level of future readiness. So a lot of things are included in that. So it's ideal to start from 12 or 13, but better late than never. So even if you are at the age of your child is at the age of 16 or 17, start ASAP as early as possible.
Yes, absolutely. So now we can see that the industry is changing very volatilely. So how exactly do we deal with that when it comes to children choosing their career? Because some of the jobs which are gonna which are existing right now won't be existing in the future. So how do we deal with that kind of career planning? How do we go about it?
The statistics says that you might have gone through, or many of you might have gone through the Oxford Martin School's report published in 2013, co-authored by Dr. Michael Osborne. So it was a study conducted inside the United States, but of course it is extendable to the other part of the world as well. Whereas the study says 47% of jobs as of today will not exist by the mid of 2030. That means almost 50% of the jobs will not be there. That means students who are in schools now, so when they complete their undergraduation or post-graduation and start searching for jobs, so they may be searching for jobs which are not even existing today. So a traditional career guidance like specific decisions on courses and careers may not be possible at that point of time. It's kind of unrealistic. So then you may be thinking what we have to do. So we have to do a couple of things. Number one, we have to be broadly clear about the area which we are going to get in. You may not be able to plan that you are going to be a cardiovascular surgeon, or you are going to be a full stack engineer. So you are going to be a graphic designer. So you may not be able to plan so specific like that. But you can plan like, are you going into a technology field, or into a commerce field, or into an arts field, or into a design field, or into research, or into media studies. So which is a broader area you are moving towards. You have to fix that first. That is one thing. Second, it is super important to set your mind to set the children's mind in a way that, so they will have to change the plan maybe a bit rapidly. Got it.
Adapt it.
They should be able to adapt with the scenario and be flexible. So that mindset should be there. And number three, so we have to train children to learn. That's why Lifology always say that we have to make sure learning is a personal responsibility, because governments or schools may not be there to train ourselves always. So we are getting into a world where skills are getting obsolete very quickly, and we have to gain new skills, on a continuous basis. So we have to train our children the skill to learn, which is very important. How many of us are providing or helping children to get trained on how to learn? So that is one area which Lifology is so passionately trying to pursue. So number one, give them a broader idea. Number two, very important to provide them with the idea that the world is changing, so you should be able to adapt. And number 3, so give them the skill to learn, which is very important. And number 4, so almost every skill, almost every career needs some basic skills.
Okay.
These skills we have to train our children on. Example, almost every career demands people to be emotionally intelligent,
Yes.
good in communication, multilingual possibly.
Yeah.
So multilingual in this sense, so in India, of course we are getting trained in our mother tongue, English, but more than that, it's good to get trained in Hindi, in whichever states you are from. But and more than that, if you want to work in the Middle East part, it's good to get trained in Arabic. Chinese is another language. So when we talk about foreign languages, we normally get trained in Spanish, Italian, Latin and all. But see, more around 25% of the world population is speaking Chinese. So it is super important to learn that language. So being multilingual will be a competitive advantage. That means an advantage for children on the go. So which is again very important. So these skills we can imbibe on our children and we can develop them. So what we are doing, we are giving them a broader perspective and we are setting the stage proper for the launch, and we are powering them with the entire skills and attitude to go forward. And on the go, if they want to make a change, they can make the change, but they can learn by themselves. So this is the way we have to raise our children or guide our children towards future career.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is Lifology's part in developing a child's future career?
Wonderful. So what we are doing is a couple of things. Number 1, so on this application itself, so parents, you can use the Career Explorer to understand about more than 125 different growing career tracks. Very important. Children for you as well. So we have listed around 17,000 universities and courses in number around 1,98,000 courses. So this is one area which Lifology is exploring. I mean, Lifology is supporting parents and children, because only if they know about something, they can dream about that. Without knowing about something, how can they dream about that? So this is one area. Second, this is about the possibilities. That means we are exposing various possibilities to parents and children, or we are exposing parents and children to numerous possibilities. Second, there are assessments in Lifology. The career fitment assessment is there. The core behavior assessment is there. Intelligence orientation assessment is there. So by taking assessments, parents, you can help your child to understand their personality in detail. So personality and possibility can be well understood. And then passion. So we are creating materials which can be used for understanding passion of children as well. Okay. But even though all this information is on the table, so we may be in need of support from a third person to take a decision by evaluating this, because that third person, who we call as a lifologist, can help the parent to understand the scenario proper. That means what is the scenario now, which need to be given with more importance. That means passion or personality or possibility to be given with more importance, and then they will help the parents. So based on that P, so which career track the child should choose and go forward with. So this is what exactly Lifology is trying to do. And once the career path is clear, so our team is helping parents to fix the journey. That means the profile building of the student, the course selection of the student, university selection of the student, and also helping the student to apply to the university and get admitted there. So that means a very comprehensive support. And because Lifology is in fact trying to take the help of the various expert people around the world on all these areas. It's not like one person is doing everything. So if a parent wants any help, once the parent is getting connected with a lifologist through our support system, the lifologist evaluates the scenario first. So once the scenario is clear for the lifologist, so then the solution will be prescribed. So this is how exactly, so we are helping parents and children to plan career properly.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I got so much insights from just listening to you. I mean, as you heard from him, career planning is very important, and nobody should just take it lightly. Yeah. So thanks for, giving so much insights on that. Thank you so much, sir.
Pleasure.